going on YouTube? Welcome back. So check it out. You guys know I'm really hyped to see Jinx finally make her way into 2xKO. Riot just recently dropped right here. We have on the screen the 2xKO November 2024 check-in. From what I gathered, there's some information on what's happening with 2xKO, maybe some new balance direction and things of that nature. Things I think that they learned from the last Alpha Labs. So I'm gonna take a look at this, read off, and we'll keep it real simple. Just want to keep you guys informed of what's happening. I'm still pretty excited for 2xKO. I'm worried about certain things. You guys have seen me talk about that before, but ultimately I'm still very excited to see what's to come with the game. I'm still very excited to see some of my characters come in the game. If you guys don't know, I'm very interested in Pyke, very interested in Akali, and a couple others, but those two in particular tickle my fancy. And then obviously there's Vi. I'm sure she'll be here eventually. So, but with that being said, you guys heard some of my favorites. Let's get into this article and see what's going on in here. All right, so we got Shaun Rivera. Hey everyone, Shaun here, game director of 2xKO, our upcoming 2v2 fighting game. Since it's been a minute since the Alpha Lab and our Jinx sneak peek just dropped, hot off the heels of Arcane's latest season, which Arcane is fire. You guys should definitely go watch that. We figured it was time for a check-in to let you know what we've been up to. Okay, all right, Shaun. I had a chance to play Shaun actually in the Alpha Lab. I ain't gonna lie, Shaun whooped my ass, but I definitely learned a lot, so shout out to Shaun. Here's a rundown on what we learned from Alpha Lab, what we're working on, and when you can play 2xKO next. Alpha Lab highlights. First of all, we want to say thanks to everyone who participated in the Alpha Lab, our first at-home playtest back in August. We were so stoked to see all the excitement around features like dual play, spectating, and leaderboards. We've got a lot more to add, but it felt great to see some of our newer features landing pretty well. I would agree. We were also blown away by the community organized streams, exhibitions, and tournaments that popped up over the course of the playtest. If you didn't catch them, here's just a few things that we saw from around the world. And then bring up some of the events that was here. And it had some stuff here from Brazil, France, Japan, Mexico, and the United States. 2 exhibition. What a name. Right. Shout outs to Yohozi. It was a part of that as well. Let's see here. Players were working on so much cool stuff during the Alpha Lab, we couldn't fit it all into one list. We're thankful to every single person who got their community together for 2xKO, whether you invited friends to join you for a duo, ran a whole tournament, or picketed in front of Riot HQ to bring back the Alpha Lab. We weren't expecting this level of love and investment from you right away, and we want you to know we don't take it for granted. Thank you. You got it, Shaun. Don't worry, big dog. I see you, big fella. Y'all doing big things, all right? Support, all right? Still got love. Now, what they learned from the Alpha Lab. Hopefully they learned a lot, because I definitely had a lot to say. Alpha Lab was our first chance to see what players like and dislike about the game, and while we're still locking down core gameplay. So your participation was not only awesome to see, but really valuable in terms of helping us refine 2xKO even further. It taught us a lot about which features feel really good and which ones need more work. We're excited to use what we learned from all of you to amp up what feels best about playing the game while continuing to knock down some of the barriers preventing folks from having fun. I like how they put this picture echo. My man, 200 grand. I ain't playing in the beta like that though. Before you get your hands on 2x again, we'll be working on following. 1. Creating more opportunities for team play. We've heard that cool champion interactions are a highlight, whether you're playing solo or as a duo. We want to make those moments happen more often. Okay. Decreasing downtime. We recognize that losing control of your character for long periods of time, like when getting hit by a combo or blocking, can feel pretty frustrating. We want to find a balance between allowing players to create powerful and creative offensive options and allowing folks to get back into the action pretty quickly after making a mistake. Improving the controls. We've heard that it can be hard to find a layout that works with our current inputs, and we want you to be comfortable on any supported controller when playing 2x. We're still committed to one button specials, but we're exploring changes to avoid overloading a single button. Okay. I can definitely say from experience the control schemes was definitely a little rough in some areas. I did find something that worked for me, which was great. Basically the Marvel 3 layout, if you're familiar with that. I've been using that since pretty much, it's the same pretty much layout as Fighters that I use as well. So it felt pretty much at home, but still having like a bunch of different things like a parry button and stuff like that still felt like it was a bit much. So if you don't have a leverless controller or another controller that has extra like the L3 and R3 buttons kind of in other areas of the controller, if you guys are familiar with that, It makes it a bit more cumbersome to try to figure out which way to go, on top of like, well, I need to hit this combination of buttons or that combination of buttons, which makes it a little bit more, I think, frustrating in my personal opinion. But ultimately, that's good to see that they're improving the control schemes, because that's, as far as I'm concerned, pretty important. You want to feel good playing the game, you want to feel good controlling your character, so glad to see this. That said, we're also committed to preserving and amplifying the things that you said felt really good about the game, stuff like big teamwork moments that give the game its special sauce. Nice. Those are the things that make up our core vision, and we're doubling down on them in order to bring that vision to life. Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. While we've gone dark, we've also been making some gameplay tweaks, among other changes that are still in the early stage, still in the early testing stage. Excuse me. There's no guarantee any of this stuff will make it into our next release, but here's a sneak peek for now. All right, I'll take a look at that a little bit later. When you can play the next game, you'll get the chance to tell us what you think of all these changes during our next playtest, which we're aiming to host in spring 2025. This playtest will be available in more regions than our first alpha lab, and while we'll definitely want to know if we improved on what y'all saw this August, we'll be asking for your feedback on some new features too, but more on those another time. Shout out to Jinx. What's up, Powder? I see you, girlfriend. To know that that's actually her nickname in that's her nickname in Arcane, Powder. So go watch Arcane. As you might have guessed from her gameplay trailer we posted earlier today, Jinx will also be playable for the first time during this playtest. With this weekend's release of Arcane's newest season, we thought now was the perfect time to show off her updated kit and design. 2XKO has evolved so much since we first soft launched Jinx. It's been cool to watch her evolve along with the game itself, and we're excited to finally show that off. Whether you're an FGC vet or a hardcore Arcane fan, or both, we hope you think she looks sick. Definitely look out for a full reveal closer to when she's actually playable. I do want to point out that Jinx definitely has changed from the initial showcasing of her in the very first I guess showcasing of the game, where they had like, it was Ahri, Darius, Jinx, and Echo, and she had like a rocket jump. So it looked like she had like a command jump, and it was kind of interesting to see that she had that. And then what they have now looks completely different. She's using the Mausers a bit more, which I kind of anticipated her having more traps and things like of that nature. So I'm happy to see how much she's changed, because they didn't show any of this stuff off in the previous builds. So I'm with it. I definitely like what I see so far. It makes me even more interested in Caitlyn, because she was another ADC character that I did play a lot when I did play League of Legends, and both of them have like traps of some kind. So I'm very interested to see, you know, seeing Jinx's traps. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with Caitlyn, since she has traps as well. So this looks pretty it's looking promising. I definitely like what I see so far from Jinx, and you guys, if you haven't seen what I thought about Jinx so far, you can go check out my reaction and see how I felt about her there. But we're gonna move forward and see what we got here, which is what to expect until then. All right, Shaun, talk to me. What's next? This is our last check-in before Riot goes on holiday break at the end of this year. In the meantime, the team will be hard at work to bring you a more polished version of the game. You can expect more info on next year's playtests, new features, and how to participate when we get back in 2025. In the meantime, be sure to sign up for playtests. If you already signed up for our first alpha lab, you'll automatically receive more info on future playtests once it's available. No need to sign up again. Thanks, Shaun. That's it for now. In the meantime, hit me up with your hopes, dreams, and theories at Unconquerable, or talk to the team at 2xplayo, at play2xko, playco. All right, much love, Shaun Rivera. Yeah, so good to see. You know, if you guys don't know anything about Shaun, Shaun's very active in the scene. He's very open, right, in terms of communicating about the game, and it's really good to see that. On top of some of the other team members, a lot of people I know in the FGC, such as Nerd Josh, Ron and Pie, and just to name a few that's out there. You know, I'm really happy to see, you know, the boys that I know coming up in fighting games are doing great things here with this game, and they have Shaun on their side. Yohozi's now the battle director. There's a lot of things to look forward to with this game, seeing that there are people who are actually from the fighting game community helping make this game with Riot. So yeah, naturally I'm just happy to see what's happening here, and the openness is something that, as we're seeing moving forward with fighting games, a lot of the developers are being exactly like this, being a lot more open, like SNK, Capcom. You're seeing these things a lot more often, and it's like, it's so good to see this, you guys, and I definitely wanted to bring this to your attention. If you're not able to catch this, you're able to see it here in this video and learn a little bit about what's happening in the future for 2xKO. And yeah, man, it's just a beautiful thing to see. So with that being said, what I will say, what I'm looking forward to, like I mentioned before, I'm more so looking forward to characters. I feel like the game system will eventually keep changing and evolving. I have seen some little things here and there so far about like what's been changing in like small little snippets that they've shown so far. What I can tell you guys so far from that is they've done a lot more with the HUD. They've shown some things that are a little bit different. So it's looking like they're taking the feedback to heart and they're really working hard to make this game better. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming in the future. And obviously I've already signed up for the last playtest, so hopefully down the road they'll do what they did the last time and give out more codes to content creators like such as myself. I did a code giveaway. Shout out to Shaun and everyone else at the 2xKO team, extending the time for us to play in the last alpha lab so we can share and get more people playing the game. But I'm hoping for all that, you know. But I'm rambling here. Let me give it a stop. Give it a full stop. And you guys talk to me in the comments below. How do you guys feel about 2xKO? How you like, you know, what these changes are that they're proposing, things they intend to do, any characters you're looking forward to, any system changes you're looking forward to, or you're even able to play. Talk to me. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next video. You already know what time it is. Peace, love, and all the other good stuff, you guys. Take care. See ya. Peace.